So I didn't know if you needed more
guys.
time, Majestic.
No, I am ready to go.
All
How
right,
are
what's
you guys
going
doing?
on? How was your July 4th?
It was pretty good. It was my first 4th of July in North Carolina.
Yeah,
So
what do
I
you
went-
think?
I went to Lake Norman. I love Lake Norman.
at you.
I go there all the time, and I just
Oh.
float. I don't have a boat. Don't have many friends. I just float and cool
You
down.
floated away, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
But it was
Great.
definitely a popular place, that's for sure.
for sure.
Lots of people out there enjoying the nice weather. It was warm, and then, yesterday was a little bit cooler. But yeah, how was
Yeah.
your guys' 4th?
Well, we were here.
yeah, we were here.
We were here
Yeah.
on the 4th.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we
That
enjoyed
was
each other's
fine.
company.
Yeah, as we always do.
Yes.
And then because it was a lot of work on the 4th,
Yeah.
we were just saying I pretty
We
much
napped.
chilled
Relaxed.
on
Yeah.
Saturday. I
Cat
slept.
naps.
and
Nothing's
dozed.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hardly ever take naps, and I think I took 2 this weekend. I was working
Yeah.
this weekend too.
Yes.
Right, because of
following the tropical
Chantal.
storm.
Yes.
Yeah, so there was still tons of impacts across North Carolina, South Carolina. We were on air as it made landfall right around the Myrtle Beach area.
Mm-hmm.
So let's dive into a few things. We'll start with this. I want to show you a live look right there of Myrtle Beach, because today it's a whole different story. It is beautiful out there. You can see, thankfully, swimmers are not in the water because we're going to continue to watch the dangerous rip currents that are continuing. Right now, the latest update is that tropical depression Chantal is still continuing to move out of the Carolinas, impacting mainly Virginia right now. But you see those boxes that are highlighted in green. Those are still flood warnings that are ongoing in parts of North Carolina, mainly north and west of Raleigh. But the bulk of this system should be back out to the Atlantic by the afternoon and evening hours. So we're on the end of that, making some progress there. Now you can kind of see the track of this. This is what we've been watching the last couple of days, continuing to move north and east at 15 miles an hour. But the National Hurricane Center is not going to give any more updates with that, meaning that basically it is weakening. It's just all breaking up into pieces of rain showers and thunderstorms. Now yesterday we were weather alert because we were watching mainly counties east of I-77 because we were concerned that there could be some flooding concerns. And this is what happened. You can see some of those totals right there. The highest were definitely east of I-77. Most of it was out of our viewing area, which was fantastic. Charlotte, much of the day was just cloudy yesterday, but it was cooler. Those were our largest impacts for us in the mountains. So thankfully, we mainly dodged this. But you can see some of those totals where it made landfall, where it kind of just dragged in a lot of that rain, and that's what we're continuing to see there. Meanwhile, one thing that I think is interesting is, a lot of people want to be at the beach. It's hot over the next couple of days, but rip currents are still really high today, moderate levels tomorrow. It's not going to be really until Wednesday and Thursday that conditions get better. Meanwhile, back home, it is so pretty outside. I mean, we're heading into our Monday after a holiday weekend. Sunny skies, mid to upper 90s today, but with that added humidity, I think really the big weather story today and tomorrow will be the dangerous heat index. Remember, that's the combination of our temperature and the humidity. It's going to feel like we're over 100 degrees today and tomorrow. And then those rain showers and thunderstorms, they're heading back our way by the middle to end of our work week. Outside right now, if you're doing anything this morning, it's a good time to go for the walk, or if you want to work outside in your garden, get it done sooner than later because those temperatures will crank back up. Yesterday, we only reached 86 degrees, which this is interesting because prior to yesterday, we had 17 days in a row where we were at least at 90 degrees. So yesterday felt nice, and it all came from the impacts of what was Tropical Storm Chantal. Today, 96 will be our forecasted high. You can see those high temperatures all across the area. This was yesterday, so notice east of I-77, some areas didn't even reach 80 degrees from Wadesboro to Albemarle, and that's where we did see some heavier pockets of rain as well as a tropical storm neared our area. Highs though, there we go, back to reality into the 90s today. So especially if you work outside in the elements, keep this in mind today and tomorrow that at times it's going to feel over 100 degrees. So of course, take your breaks from the heat, make sure you're staying hydrated, all the things, and sunblock, of course, if you're heading out to the lake. Beautiful out there at Lake Norman this morning. Now, over the next 10 days, there's a broad perspective of our temperatures. Hot today, getting even hotter tomorrow, starting to cool down Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But as we cool down, those percentages for rain showers will start to pop back up. So yes, you'll need to water your grass today and tomorrow. Your garden will definitely need some extra water, but more rain is ahead. So Futurecast just showing you over the next few days, quiet this morning. morning. There's about 4 o'clock this afternoon, a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. Not out of the question, only about a 20% chance today and tomorrow. That's typical for our summertime pattern. And then as we're heading through Wednesday, this is the day that we're going to have to pay close attention to. Quiet in the morning time, but watch what happens as we head towards Wednesday afternoon. There's 4 o'clock, seeing more coverage as far as that active weather goes. We could even see heavy downpours. If we see slow-moving storms, flooding and flash flooding could even become a concern here. So we may have to go weather alert on Wednesday. Still learning more about that system as we get a little bit closer. So of course, we'll keep you up to date. I wanted to see how much rain we're picking up on this, and of course models are a little all over the place, but some of these models are showing very impactful rain as we're looking at Wednesday and into Thursday. I mean, look at that, from Charlotte up towards Concord specifically. Hopefully over the next couple of days we'll get a better idea as to how much rain we could see, but if this is how it played out, then that could be very concerning. Again, that would be Wednesday and into Thursday. With that, strong to severe thunderstorms would also be possible. Very minimal chance on Tuesday. I mean, I'm not totally buying Tuesday's forecast from the Storm Prediction Center, but Wednesday I do agree that we'll have to stay alert to see if any of those storms do turn severe. All right, 7-day forecast here. Hot and humid today and tomorrow, and then we'll start to cool back down Wednesday and Thursday, even into Friday. But that'll be right near our average. We should be at about 90 degrees. But again, I think we'll have to watch for rain potential, storm potential, and whether or not those storms turn severe and whether or not they bring a risk for any flooding or even flash flooding. So still following a lot of things today.
Okay, I wanted to show you this too, Majestic. This is in Durham. We mentioned flooding because of what happened with Chantal, and now we can see that flooding really impacting things out in eastern North Carolina. There's Durham County near the Eno River.
So apologize to our friends in the east. We are not.
Yeah,
not
Eno
familiar.
River, let us know. Eno River in Durham County, happening this morning after rain caused the river to overflow. Our friends there at WRAL with live pictures right now over this apartment complex where 80 people were rescued from flooded homes and apartments near that river, and we're learning that they had to be rescued by boat overnight. Dozens more evacuated their homes on foot. And so you can see that big mess there. So we're definitely seeing the effects of things here.
Absolutely, and I think flooding is one of those things that you really do have to take seriously. I mean, that's a big reason why we did issue our weather alert day yesterday, because we were concerned that perhaps the storm might bring those impacts to some of our eastern communities as well. Thankfully, we did not see anything significant like that, but still ongoing. I mean, I'm looking at radar, and you can still see remnants of Tropical Depression Chantal continuing to mainly spread across Virginia at this point, but it seems like National Weather Service still has flood warnings in place for many areas in northern North Carolina right there. So scary how powerful water is and how fast it can build. And just a reminder for people to really take that seriously when we're talking about flooding, as life-threatening in an instance, as we've seen in several different cases recently.
Chris Mulcahy would say, just because we're saying it's not in our area, or just because it's not a tropical, or it's not a any kind of category 1 or 2, you should still be aware of any kind of major storm, whether it is not in our area or is, because it causes issues like this, severe flooding there. And you can see the water level almost up to the bottom of the windowsill on this house right here. Probably,
Up to that
almost
trampoline.
middle of the door.
Yeah.
Oh, bottom of the trampoline in the backyard.
I mean, that is just so scary. And that's the thing, when you have heavy rains like this and when you have storms like that, seeing that rapid rise in rivers, streams, creeks, that is all a possibility. And it's just so important to really take that seriously. Look at that.
You almost don't know where the river is.
Yeah.
No.
Right?
Or
where's the source
where the neighborhood
of
is
this?
compared to the river? Yeah. Because you look at some of these neighbors here, completely fine, and then the house across the street's underwater. It's
that
wild.
really, you can see just that dividing line. Oh my goodness. Almost makes me think of when the fires happen in LA, people in the Palisades, Malibu, that area where it originated, where things were burned to a crisp in one area, and then some homes were
untouched.
saved
Yeah.
right at that line.
Yep.
Just want to read from our, the NBC affiliate in Raleigh, WRAL, saying that this started to rise at 9:30 last night. River rose 22 feet in 4 hours to record flood levels, beating out river levels from Hurricane Fran in 1996.
Wow.
So some people, again, were able to evacuate before the water rose too high, perhaps looking out to Kerrville, Texas, and seeing what happened there. But with this happening at 9:30 at night, I know I'm in bed around that time,
course.
and who knows what
The water just starts coming in when you're sleeping.
So one witness saying that they did indeed wake up, hear the sound of water around them, and then having to suddenly open the window and seeing that the driveways were flooded with water. You think you're safe on a certain elevation, but things are a mess there. So we will monitor things there for North Carolina, Durham County,
Chatham County. Yep.
Again, I mentioned earlier Eastgate Shopping Center in Chapel Hill, if you're familiar with that area. So pocketed heavy flooding out there in the Raleigh-Durham area. And you have those boxes there, Majestic, with the flood warning still.
Yeah, so it seems
Until
like it
later
is
on.
still an ongoing issue, even though the storm, you can see it's outside of the Carolinas, tracking across Virginia, northeast. I mean, National Weather Service is still showing that flooding remains a problem. Not only are we seeing it on my maps, but as you can see in those live camera footage shots of what's currently ongoing, just really puts into perspective how far spread a storm can become. And this was a tropical storm. It didn't even hit that hurricane level yet, and at this point it's a tropical depression, but the impacts of water is definitely scary with how much it can pile up. And again, locally, just showing some of those possible rain totals as we're looking towards the middle half of our week, that could be problematic with some of those totals. Let me see if I can pull that up one more time, being a bit problematic for us because all of a sudden you get this rain that just rushes in so quickly. So of course we're still several days out, but that's showing Wednesday to Thursday. I mean, if this actually adds up, that's showing that some of our counties could get 2, 3, 4, even 5 inches of rain, and that's when you would see something that's rapidly rising, creeks and rivers and things like that, especially for flood-prone areas, those low-lying areas. So definitely continuing to watch the impacts of Chantal across Virginia and North Carolina, but seeing our local impacts here ahead as we're looking towards the middle half of our week.
Oh boy, well we are off to one of those starts, Monday morning. Welcome back, and
Yes.
We feel for our friends out there in Durham County. We'll definitely monitor things. Majestic Storm here in the Live Impact Studio, and for Chris Mulcahy, who's taking a couple of well-deserved days off for his boy's birthday.
Yes.
Appreciate your time and input, Majestic.